Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs show. Happy Tuesday afternoon. It is afternoon. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day. And look, if it is raining where you are, because I know it's supposed to be pretty bad today, stay safe, all right? If you are going to the gym, work hard. The pointing is everything. Let's talk, though, some Spurs. And we'll talk about this rumour around Gleison Bremer and Spurs being sort of part of a contingent being interested in the Brazilian centre-half. And I kind of want to just talk about that really quickly. As well as an article from Football London through alasdair talking about players that, could be leaving and kind of giving my thoughts on a couple of the areas of it. I'm not going to be talking about the Højbjergs or the Lo Celsos. I'm talking about a bit of a different one. So plenty to talk about, plenty of interesting things to talk about, actually. Just want to say, though, if you are new, give us a subscribe. Very much welcome to join us for the journey. And let's start with the Gleison Bremer story first. I think that's kind of why you've probably clicked onto this, right? So let's talk about Gleison Bremer. So it came from Graham Bailey through HITC, and he said that Premier League quintet, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, Newcastle and Tottenham have all been offered Brazil international Gleison Bremer. So, backstory first. That is a guy that we've been linked to probably for a couple of years now. It was a guy that we linked to when he was at Torino, before he then moved to Juventus. And then even when he was at Juventus, we got linked again. There was like a whole idea that we might swap him for Romero. Glad we didn't. Not to say he's not a good player, just, Romero's money in my eyes. Not selling money, just great. Anyway, I'm getting off track. He is a good defender, though. Very much a good defender. He's sort of mid to late 20s, entering that prime now. But I don't see it happening. And the reason why I don't see it happening is kind of similar to what I said about Jared Branthwaite yesterday. This is a guy that's, you're not going to be signing Gleison Bremer for 40 million. This is a guy that I think not long ago signed a new long-term contract. He's going to be going for 60 to 70 million. Now, if we needed an out-and-out centre-half, let's say we never had Romero. Let's say we had Van der Ven and we had Davies and Sanchez as our centre-halves. So I was looking around the room for some idea of what centre-half to call out there. Then I would say, right, yeah, we're going to be in there. He's right-footed, he's going to suit us, all this, that and the other. But we do have Van der Ven, we do have Romero, and we do have Dragusin. I don't see this one happening. And I'm not going to spend long on it because I just really don't see much in that. Now, when I look at the other guys on the list, Chelsea, financial fair play issues, they're desperate to get a striker this summer, be it Ivan Toney, Victor Boniface, Victor Osimhen. They're going to need a striker. That's where number one priority is. When I look at Liverpool, you have Van Dijk, you have Konate, you have Quansah, you have Matip, they have Gomez. I don't see them going there. Manchester United, potentially. They might. I think they're going to probably move on from Varane. They may move on from Casemiro. Hell, if they get an offer for Maguire, like they did last time from West Ham, they might move on from Maguire. So potentially, but again, their financial fair play situation isn't the strongest. Newcastle, even worse financial fair play situation, unless they sell a Bruno Gomes, And then Spurs obviously don't have the financial fair play issue, but I don't think we need to be spending that lump. This is what I said about January the other day. I don't think we need to be spending that lump of money on a position where we have a position of relative strength compared to positions with relative weakness. Like winger, for example. That's why I'm like, that should be our priority. As much as like a Chelsea's is a striker, ours should be a winger. That's how I look at it, right? Let me talk about this alasdair article, okay? And it's quite interesting because he was going through a list of players that, Spurs could move on from. There was a Lo Celso, there was a Højbjerg, a Brian Hill, He talked about Ryan Sessegnon, and there's an idea that he may leave for free this summer. There's an idea they may extend his contract, but he's probably going to have to play at some point for that to really be deemed a relatively safe option. But I want to talk about three guys in particular. The first one is Oliver Skipp, and I'm going to read you a part of this article. I will put it on the screen so you can read along with me, because I know I do speak quite quickly. I do apologise for that. It's just habit. But it said that through this Oliver Skipp one, I'm going to just highlight key points. He said Tottenham's lack of homegrown club-trained players in UEFA's eyes for European competition with Harry Kane, Harry Winks and potentially Japhet Tanganga all moving on could play their part in scuppering such a move and make it very problematic for Spurs to let him go. But it depends if Skipp is pushes to leave the club. He needs to play football as a number 6 rather than being crowbarred into a number 8 role that doesn't really suit him, right? That's the first part. Second part, that I thought was very interesting. It said, with 3 years left on his contract, Spurs must either sell him for FFP profit or loan him out and take a look at him again after a season playing elsewhere in the Premier League. I don't care about Conte and Mourinho thinking he can be a Spurs captain. I'm just irrelevant. We do have an interesting situation with Skipp, because I don't see Skipp being a guy that, right, we've got Madison, Lascelles over 10, right? Just follow me here. Doesn't mean by the way, I don't care if you like any of these players or not. I'm just putting in into positions, okay? Let's say we had Madison, Lascelles as our 10s. Let's say number 8s was Papa Massar and Rodrigo Bentancur, and 6s were Basuma and Højbjerg. He is behind all those guys because he's not going to play the 10 role. You know, like Alasdair said, they kind of try and crowbar him into this number 8 role that, you know, it's not looked good this season. I think as the number 8 role has happened, it looks like the pace at times is getting a little bit away from him. You know what I mean? Like with Pape, if he gets caught out of position, Pape's got a bit of an engine, a bit of a motor on him that you think actually he probably will get back into position. You don't see that as well with Skippy. You know, he does get... It looks like it's always a yard short of a pass, a yard short where he should be, and things like that. So, yeah, I think, look, with FFP, look, you probably could get 15 million for Oliver Skipp in the Premier League. I genuinely do, because he's got years left on his contract, he's very young still, he's homegrown, all those things. But Spurs will have an issue with academy-trained players. Now, follow me. What if they went, look, if we get 15 million, we'll let him go. We like Jamie Donnelly. We're going to be playing Jamie Donnelly within the first team squad this season. He's going to get some regular, fairly regular minutes. I don't see Jamie Donnelly coming in and playing 90 minutes every week. Not at all. And I don't think anyone should see that. I think we should look at it how Man City integrated Phil Foden and Cole Palmer. You know, oh, look, we're 3-0 up. Jamie, you're on for 35 minutes, 40 minutes. You know, that kind of vibe. You know, oh, I'll tell you what, got a League Cup game at home. Jamie, you're starting this one. You know, that kind of... ease them in, because then when you go to Man City and you're like, no, we need all the strongest 11 possible, you might then bring Jamie Donnelly on. You might go, look, Jamie, we're going to need you. We need your energy for the last 10 minutes, you know, and you need to integrate him into the big games. Yes, I know he's played 2 or 3 minutes in big games before, but I mean like big games with regular minutes. Maybe they do that. It's not outrageous, you know, if Spurs have... You know, a fullback, for example. Maybe this is what they do with Ryan Sessegnon. Maybe they have a left back. They go, do we want to buy a left back or do we want to give this guy a go? We quite like the look of him. We've still got Ben Davies. So if it doesn't work out, we're not left short. I don't hate that idea. And actually, look, they're not all going to work out. Not every academy player works out. We all know that. But if it did work out, let's say you integrated one a season. Like Man City did. They said, right, Phil's going to be the one guy we're adding in here. We're then going to go Cole Palmer to give him a go. Tell you what, Rico Lewis is coming in now. Now they've got Oscar Bob. So they integrate really slowly, really sporadically a player every sort of 6 months to a season. Well, Foden at the moment might be the best right winger in the league. Cole Palmer might be second or third. Rico Lewis is a very dependable backup right back. And Oscar Bob, there's a player there. I can tell you that. There's a player there. So look, I think that's where Spurs should do it. The article did talk about Emerson were out or Ben Davies, and he said again, this could be an either-or situation and perhaps a surprise for both players. Proved important when called upon this season for their centre-backs during the injury crisis. The problem is for both is that Postecoglou has admitted that he wants to bring in another centre-back, so that will limit opportunities there. And with neither entirely suiting his system as fullbacks, he will likely want new players in that position. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. I don't hate that. And I've always said... I would probably move Emerson because of the value that you do have in Emerson. You could fetch 25 million. We got an offer of 20 odd million from Al Nassr in January. So there's no reason why you couldn't get a 25 million offer again. And I think, by the way, if Spurs get offered 25 million, they should take 25 million. They should. With Ben, I think Ben, because he's been around the club for a long time, I don't see him being a guy that has to play 90 minutes every week. You know, League Cup games. You know, games with like 30 minutes to go. Things like that where you can kind of go, because we're going to be playing 2 or 3 times a week next season. This is the key thing we need to remember. Ben might go, Ben, we're going to give you the midweek game. Or we might give you the League Cup game in there. Destiny, we're going to give him that week off. So Destiny's ready to go again for the big game at the weekend. And then you might integrate a young guy to go alongside that. But with Emerson, I will look to cash in there, buy a new right back, because we've seen our attacking system The drop-off from Pedro Porro to Emerson Royale is like falling off the Eiffel Tower all the way to the floor. It's alarming. I want a player that can actually get on the ball and play. Emerson isn't that. Emerson defensively is fantastic. Yeah, great. Brilliant. But we don't demand our fullbacks to be amazing fullbacks. We demand that they actually get forward and create. It's ironic that Desi Udogie is so good defensively and Pedro Porro this season has developed into a good defensive fullback. I'm not saying he's great, I'm just saying a good one. Like Trent Alexander isn't great, he's good at times. When Trent put his minds to it, Trent is a decent defender. It's the fact that Liverpool want all that he can do going forward, and that's what we were Porro, all that he can do going forward. The 6 and the 8 should be there to help defensively if needed. But I want to know your thoughts and feelings about that. So let me know about your thoughts and feelings around the Emerson Royale, the Ben Davies, the Oliver Skipp things. I think they're really key, interesting points leading into summer. Obviously, your thoughts and feelings around Gleison Bremer as well. I don't see it happening. Let's see what you guys think. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification for more. Better guys, then the video, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.